This is Joshua Hart here for Seconds Out. Delighted today to be joined by British champion Harry Scarff here at Steel City Gym. Harry, it's a fresh start for you here at this gym, but first of all, how is everything?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, everything's good with me.
Very good to hear. We'll obviously talk about what brings you down here, a new start training here at Steel City Gym. What is it about this gym that's brought you down here?
I just come down to the gym. I felt like I just needed to freshen up, like, you know, been with Clifton a long time and, you know, left amicably and everything like that, but it was just for myself really, just to, you know, get away and have a freshen up with things. And to be fair, I think it's done the job, because I do feel good for it.
When did you make the decision to split with Clifton, and how hard was that conversation with him? Obviously, like you said, you've been with him for a long time. How hard was that conversation with Clifton to say that you felt like you needed a fresh start?
Yeah, like, we've got a good relationship. Like, I think he knew that I wasn't quite right. You know, I explained to him that, I wasn't quite as loving it how I used to, and then just discuss the steps really of getting back on track and whatnot. But yeah, just needed to freshen up, and that's the top and bottom of it, and everything's all good. And I think if I didn't do it and I fought it, then I'd always look at it and regret it. And yeah, I think so. That's it really.
And how happy are you with your time here so far? How long have you been training at Steel City for now?
Probably been up here a couple of months now. So yeah, a couple of months. So settled in well. Got good sparring here. Good lads in the gym. You know, lots of good sparring around my weight. You've got Junaid, you've got Dalton, who's one below, and then Harris Akbar's here as well. And then even we've got Liam Cameron. We've been doing a little bit. So there's loads of people here, loads of top pros in that. So that's a good thing.
And then we'll just talk about your last fight. Obviously, you took part in a IBF World Title Eliminator. While not the night for yourself on the scorecards, a very valiant effort from yourself, and you showed that you definitely have a lot to offer at the world stage.
Yeah, I think it was a frustrating fight. It was one of them fights that just kind of got away. Not one to make excuses. Prep could have been better, and in terms of the fight being in Germany, it was meant to be in the UK. You know, everything got a bit rushed through, and you know, it ended up being in Germany with people missing deadlines in accordance to like the IBF getting a venue and a date sorted. So that was frustrating. But yeah, it is what it is. It was a close loss at world level. You know, he went the distance with boots, and I felt like there wasn't that much in it. It was like you said, it was a competitive fight. And yeah, I feel like a few things different. I feel like I'll be winning them fights. That's why I wanted to make the change.
How much experience and how many positives can you take away from a close fight like that? Or like I said, why it didn't go your way? It was a step to a level that you hadn't been at before.
Yeah, I think I've been in and around that. You know, I felt like I should have done better. Like, in my opinion, I should have done better. I think I'm better than what I showed, and I think it was just one of them nights. It wasn't in boxing. You need everything to be. You want 100% on that night. You know, you can't redo it the next day, and on that day it just wasn't. So, and that's just what it is. But I've had this before in my career. Like when I boxed Fowler, that was my first loss, and that was a step up. Lost on points there, but I learned a lot from that. And then come back a better fighter, so that's what I quite enjoy. That, you know, knocks you down a peg or two, and then you look to rebuild and make yourself stronger and push on like that. So I'm still British champion, and that welterweight division's wide open. You know, no one still mentions my name in the domestic welterweights or anyone like that. You know, so I think I will clean up domestically, and then I'll go on and I'll challenge and I'll win at world level again.
We know that next up is Liam Taylor. We've seen that the board ordered it. There is an agreement. Obviously, we know that we're still waiting for a date, but when we look at the fight itself, we know that Liam Taylor had a very good win last time out, I believe, against Samo Mason in Leeds. What do you expect from Liam Taylor when you eventually get in the ring with him?
Yeah, I've seen Liam Taylor before. I think he's a steady fighter. He's what I'd say is a Manchester-style fighter. You know, likes to be right in front of you, likes to dig away to the body and whatnot. I think every time he's stepped up, he's lost. or drawn, and I think he's stepping up again with me against a very big welterweight, and that'll be the difference. And I think I look forward to showing improvements that I've made since being here. And I think, like I say, when you draw the comparison, who did he beat, or who he drew with Jenkins? I think he had a draw with Jenkins. You know, Echo stopped Jenkins, and then I beat Echo. So, you know, I think I'll show that I'm a level above.
Do you feel your style, his style, is kind of tailor-made for you? Do you feel he's a easy style to break down and beat?
I don't know. Like I feel like I can adapt to any style with my style, you know. And I think, I think his style is one that I'll figure out, and then that'll be the end of that.
And just looking forward and looking at some big fights coming up. Obviously, there's one fighter that's always been spoken about, especially when looking at your weight class, Mr. Conor Benn. We've not seen an awful lot on him recently. We know that he's still not able to box in the UK. What do you make of this whole situation, how it's been unfolding? Because it just seems like it's not clearing up anytime soon, does it?
Yeah, it seems to be just dragging on, and I think the welterweight division domestically has suffered a little bit. It's kind of quiet at the minute. Like, I can't see loads of people shouting for my name for my British title or anything like that. And I think I don't know if that's a bit of a backlash of the Conor Benn stuff, because he was the leading light in the welterweight division, if you like, you know, getting the big push and whatnot. But I don't think he'll box it. I don't think we'll see him fighting anyone domestically at welterweight again. So I think promoters, I can't see it. I think he'll box. I think he'll box, and you know, in a big name, whether that's at 154. Who's he going to fight at 147? Is he going to fight Boots? I don't know. I think that's a risky fight for him. I think he's obviously chasing the Eubank Junior fight, which is a massive fight. But I think, I think everyone needs to forget Conor Benn a little bit in the welterweight division, especially domestically, and just focus on us top lads getting the push that we need, and fighting each other, and getting a real buzz about it again.
And then coming up just under a month away now, we see a big Riyadh season card, but this time in London, Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. I think it's a fight that not even boxing fans have heard about. You know, my mates who aren't even into boxing have been talking to me about Joshua versus Dubois. When that comes around, who do you favour heading into that fight?
I think it's a good fight. Like, it's a really good fight. I think Dubois' last couple of fights have, you know, put him in a good position going into this. And I feel like Dubois is a very good fighter, but it's a big occasion. He's actually got the massive name now in front of him in AJ. He's in, you know, Wembley Arena, and I feel like AJ's been there before. I think just experience I'd edge towards AJ, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dubois did catch him. You know what I mean? It's one of them, like, 60-40 AJ, but it's a great card and a great fight as well.
Which fight on the undercard is the one you're most excited for? Because I spoke to Junaid earlier, and he said he couldn't even pick a fight on the undercard that he's so excited for, because they're all so good. But if there is that one fight on the undercard that stands out to you, which one is it and why?
I feel like, you know what? I feel like we're spoiled at the minute. Like, there's the other Saudi card that's just been announced the other day. Like, it's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up with all the undercards because they're so good. But I can't think who we got on that one. We've got Hutchinson and Buatsi. That's on there, isn't it?
You got Liam Smith versus Josh Kelly.
Yeah.
Tyler Denny versus Hamza Shiraz. Anthony Kakashi versus Josh Warrington, and then Mark Chamberlain versus Josh Padley as well. I don't think I've missed any off there.
Yeah, no, I think you've done all right there. I think the Buatsi Hutchinson, that's an interesting fight. I think Hamza Shiraz is looking good at the minute. I think he'll probably be a little bit too much for Denny, but that's just my opinion. A bit good to see Kakashi as well, how he looks, because he was electric against Cordina, wasn't he? You know.
And then, obviously, before we look at December 21st, when we've got another Riyadh season card, we've got Beterbiev versus Bivol in between. But I think the big talking point in this gym is the Sheffield's version of Arthur Beterbiev. Liam Cameron is on the card. Obviously, while you've only been working with Liam for a couple months now, just how delighted yourself and everyone else in the gym to see Liam get such a big opportunity, especially after everything he's already been through.
Yeah, it's always good in boxing when you see people get the opportunities like that, you know. So yeah, made up for him getting that massive opportunity. Like I said, been through a lot in boxing, and you know he's had a good year. So if you know a good performance against Whittaker is only going to stand him in good stead yet again. And I think that he did well against the Arthur. I watched that fight. I think he did well in the Arthur fight, and I think he can give Ben a few problems. He's a very experienced pro, Liam. You know, he's been around, he's seen it all before. So I don't think it will be anything new to him, and he's a strong, tough man. So I think it's a good fight, a very good fight.
And then we see finally Usyk versus Fury 2 in December. Obviously, I'm sure every boxing fan in the world was locked in onto their TV screens, or even in the arena on May 18th when they first fought. But as the rematch gets closer, you know, obviously I'm sure your head keeps tossing and turning as to who you think is going to win. But who do you feel is the favourite heading into the rematch between the two?
I think everyone's going to make Usyk the favourite. I think people will make Usyk the favourite, but I think Fury will win this time. I think he comes back from the adversity well, and I think he enjoys that. Like, I think it gives him that extra little push. So yeah, I think he was doing well in the first half of that fight, wasn't he? As well, and I think Fury will win in the rematch.
Do you reckon he wins by any particular method?
No, I think it will be points, but yeah, I think it will be points. I don't think he'll stop him, but yeah, I think Fury will get the win.
Well, Harry, thank you very much for your time. It's always good to catch up, and hopefully we get a fight date for yourself soon against Liam Taylor. But until then, I guess we'll speak again very soon. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.